Am I missing it? Water, man. I mean, no, I drink a lot of coffee and I'm eating and I'm thinking food, meat. Have ground beef, have burger. Man, you can only eat so many ground burgers before your belly just explodes. What? I don't want to eat a burger. You know, meat's not the answer. I eat a lot of spinach. Spinach ain't no answer. I eat too much cheese. Cheese is just called a block. You know, you can just say block it up. Eat some cheese. There you go. What do you want? You want honey? What's honey good for? Loosening up the cheese that you ate. Okay, so honey and cheese. But what are you really eating? The meat that got blocked up too? That you ate the spinach for? The whole process is about taking it in just to get rid of it. And somehow you can't take in anything that's worth anything because you look up like statistics, you know, and you're like, I need some bread. Bread's good for you. Yeah, but processed bread, poison, poison, poison. Good Lord, I can't even eat a loaf of bread. I can't have bread. Okay, so we won't eat bread. We'll eat tortilla shells. Bleached flour, bleached flour, bleached flour. Okay, well, we'll eat whole wheat ones. Yuck, they taste like crap. You know? I mean, it's like anything that barely remotely lets you get by all of a sudden is bad for you. And you need to have the other one. Is that because they need to market it? They're trying to sell two things at the same time and they have to come up with a reason? What's going on, man? I can't deal with this food choices anymore. And I want to eat, but I need to work out. We're gonna start a workout segment of this video. And this is what we do to work out. We flap our arms because one day we're gonna grow wings and learn to fly from eating chicken wings with feathers on them. And those feathers are gonna manifest into digital pathways from our brain into our membranes, and we're gonna grow feathers, and we're gonna take off and fly. And then you gotta do the drum. This is the drum thing from Karate Kid, except I'm not doing it quite right. I'm not hitting my chest. I'm just swinging them all the way out. You know, but see, when you get into harmony with it, you'll hit the drum and you just swing like this, and it causes you to tighten up your core, which is the main thing everybody's trying to get thin on, right? And people go, well, how do I get thin? Well, first off, you have to get rid of the fat. The fat burns closest to the muscle that it's around. So the best way to get rid of fat from a muscle is to actually engage the muscle that's located by the fat, and that's your core. And your core is very hard to work out on the sides. That's why we have love handles, because nobody can work out those side muscles because nobody does the drum. So, anyways, we got water. Well, I don't. I have coffee. I'm drinking coffee, but we have the issue of water. Trying to understand what's good for you, and our water supply is chemicalized, and then that's not is, well, certainly it's natural, but it's not, conducive to our vaccinations and the way that we live, such that we're probably better off drinking the chemicalized water than the natural water, because the unnatural way we live. Um, People wonder too how I keep the bugs away on my counters. I mean, I don't wash with a bunch of disinfectant wipes and stuff like that. I use like regular soap and water from the counter, on the counter, and then wipe it clean eventually with water. So really, I just wash it with water in the end, leaving water residue behind. And our water's got enough poison in it, it keeps the bugs away. Or it's water enough that it evaporates and it's all good. Yeah. How long can I go on like this, right? Well, the goal for the workout video is to have a 20-minute workout video, right? And it's not about this balled up fist thing. Everybody wants to do the pendulum with the fist, do the pendulum with the hands out, fully tensed, in the opposite direction, because it engages an entirely different set of muscles that are usually retracted. Oh man, it's a totally different balance. So you got to do it both ways. And I recommend, since we're more conditioned to having our hands closed and clasped, to do it open a majority of the time. to try to get that equilibrium back of having your hands relaxed in an inert kind of way. And if we work out enough, all right, which we probably won't break a sweat doing this, but if we work out enough and stay active, then we'll end up going and doing some yard work. And if we get some yard work done, then we'll burn some calories. And we burn some calories, and we can eat some food finally. I hate not eating food because there again, you don't want to eat food if you're not burning the calories, but nobody wants a stank pie hole, so you gotta keep your system cleaned out. You gotta run stuff through it. You know? Why did I turn around to do this? Because I want to stare at this other wall for a minute. I'm tired of staring at myself. And then you can do the overarm swim thing, except you gotta be deliberate. You can cup your hands on this one so that you don't cross-train yourself improperly from swimming to not swimming, and you can already have your cupped hands kind of in there without getting cramps. And try to do it like you would if you were swimming. See, a lot of people think swimming is like this, but really, if you go over arm, over arm, over arm, you're probably better off in your stroke, in your speed. Oh man, that works out the arms real good. Yeah, it does. After doing those other ones and then switching to this, you know, that's like monumental exercise right there. It's wearing them out. I'm feeling the burn. Unfortunately, not in my center section, which is where I'm trying to get the burn. I'm gonna end up with all my fat being pulled up into my arms, and I'll be like, big man. I don't want to be a big man. I'll be a little dude. I'm a little dude to some dudes anyway, so it's really irrelevant in some ways. You just scale your society around you based on it. But I'm doing the lazy arms now to try to relax my arms, de-work them out, stretch them back out. Okay, now we can go in the kitchen and think about what we want to eat for the food portion of the show, while we think about how we need to be playing guitar and come up with a way to make money doing something like playing guitar, being an artist. Don't be an artist the rest of your life. Don't do it. Everybody's against that job title. We got macaroni and cheese, but really we need to eat some ground beef, as bad as it is. You know? I don't know how to use up a bunch of ground beef with salsa, and you just literally have to eat that shit. You know? And it's really weird because I love ground beef, I thought, but really it's turning out not to be my food anymore. We switched to trout, I think. We switched to trout. And we start eating trout. Fish. River fish, though. And that's what sucks. You can't trust what's in the rivers, so you go out in the ocean to get ocean fish, but you can't get ocean fish because of what's in the ocean. So there's nothing left, man. We're all just gonna die. It's the inevitable consequence of living. The inevitable consequence of living is we're all gonna die. The problem is these days we know how we're dying, like what's killing us mostly, and it saddens us, I think. And I think that's why we resist it, you know? I mean, in the Old West, we all thought we died of old age and lead, you know? And that somehow sufficed to having God and things like that in nature and in conversation and in belief. Whereas now, we think we have a better grip on the answers to these things of old age. And We think that's how we're going to get along. And really, we can't. We don't. Yeah, currently it's not what we do. We don't have the same thing going on anymore. Um, we don't. I don't know what we're talking about. We're talking about water. I know that. But we're also talking about the way that we don't have the same. We don't have the same anything really. But we don't particularly. We don't do the same. We're talking about the Old West. I remember that. We got into that. Well, and so, and our views of God as a result of knowing where things come from. See, like, they've got me taking thyroid pills. Before, old men just got old and grumpy and they were called old men. Then they said, you know what? We discovered your thyroid's not doing well. Because old men, their thyroid, which, happens to women too. But I think in relation to old men, the thyroid goes bad and they get grumpy. They really do. That's really what happens to them. That's the net end of it. And so, they said, well, we don't want grumpy old men anymore. Let's change that. Let's give them thyroid medication that ups their thyroid again, so they act like young men. But they're not thinking altruistically, right? They're like, maybe my thyroid backs off because my other organs need a break from being a young man. Maybe that's the whole point of it. Maybe that's why I'm designed that way. But no, they don't care. They're just like, we know you're not as you were. We want to keep you as much like that kid as possible, I guess. Right? They worry about us staying the same as in relation to how we are when we're young. When maybe we're supposed to be grumpy and old and men, making us grumpy old men. Such that, like, in society, God intended for us to be grumpy. To be like, rah, 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 rah. Maybe that was the whole point. Nobody's saying it's the only point, or that that's the way it is. I'm just saying, what if? Isn't like it could be designed that way, such that we would be grumpy and old men. And we're taking that away. And it's the same with everything else that's wrong. Right? Another example is a lot of kids are getting autism. Why? Because of the vaccines. And why are the vaccines doing it? And why are digital things doing this to fuck up kids? Well, let's look at the analytical of this. Maybe we're going to try to fix the autism, but maybe the whole reason why the kid got that way is because God knows that the only way they're going to deal with the vibrations and function at all is to be autistic in the first place. Such that it's not a handicap, but it's really an adaptation for the better. Right? That sounds messed up, and I'm not saying it's good, but maybe that's the way that it pans out. Now the question is, do we want to eat a cheeseburger? Part of it is I want to eat the meat, want to use up the meat. I don't really want to eat a cheeseburger. I could eat a avocado even. I got an avocado over here that's planning to be 8. It's planning to be 8, I said. Whatever that means. Yeah. I guess we're going to do some dishes while we stand here and talk about water. We're going to use some. And find out how much water I use washing dishes. You're going to applaud me for my efforts. Not to worry about it. My water bill's outrageously high anyway. So I'm a single liver and I have basic costs anyways. You know, you have basic utility fees. Cool, we resumed. It had to reconnect. Sorry about that. The show is produced by Samsung Galaxy S7 Perks. It has been a pleasure to bring this show to you. It says Samsung Galaxy S7 Perks. Lying. It didn't come out of their mouth. I'm just making commercials because commercials sell things. People see commercials, they go, oh man, they got commercials. They must be the big time. It's true too. Things that are commercial free, people will take it for, oh, this is like PBS. This isn't good. You know? People assume just because things are free in life, they're no good. Love is free and it's great. If you can find it. That's what I figured out. I don't have a problem with love. I think love is great, but I ain't got it. I ain't got it. I have not got it. That's what I got. I'm gonna push the camera a little bit further up the embankment. Man, just water. You know, water's the basis for starting it off. I suppose we should start every day with water. That would be a good trend for understanding and getting humility going. You know, and thinking about, well, what is water and what is it? This is my family, dude. This is my water. We're molecularized with it. If I'm 70% water, hell, it's only okay back. Organisms, water. Yeah, it's on the other side of my hand, dude. And that's what's amazing about water. Right? It's like an organism, maybe. I believe that anyways. I think it's life. I think it's alive. It breathes, it takes in oxygen, you can put oxygen in it, take oxygen out of it. It doesn't seem to and so, you know, water's got a life of whatever of its own, and I think it's alive enough. Because it's got a determined will. It's going to do what it's going to do based on what it reacts with most of the time. Most of the time. And in that most of the time, that's a predetermined decision. But it's got a movement of its own. It does its thing. You know? Get all these dishes rinsed. Maybe make some macaroni and cheese to go with our cheeseburger, huh? So if we do that, then we don't need a cheeseburger, do we? We need a burger with macaroni and cheese on the side. And do we need it on a bun? Well, tell you what, I like my bread enough, I'm going to put it on a bun. I'm thinking, one thing I thought about, right, was I was going to do a mayonnaise burger. As in, like, mayonnaise be the topping. With the whatever else I might have, cheese, mayonnaise. It'd probably be mustard because I don't have any vegetables to put with it. I don't have any onions or anything. And anyway, so it's gonna be a mustard burger probably. But I had thought, what if I put fig on it? Fig dressing, basically, fig topping. Then it would be like fig hot sauce, actually, fig spread that I made with the hot sauce. It might be pretty good. Oh, I didn't get this very clean. It was getting clean than I thought it did. Yeah. So, you know, life goes on. The beat goes on. You know, like a song about how the beat goes on. It does. It always does. But everything you can stop that beat, man. Little drummer boy had music, right? Maybe the little drummer boy was working for Satan. You know why? Because Satan is like the angel of music, they say. He's really not. You know why? Because he's Satan. Satan's main obsession and only obsession is to be Satan. You know why? Because he likes being Satan, I think. He's kind of arrogant like that. We're always talking demons. We don't know anything about them. Which I think is an ironic one. Is the number of people who will claim they have like something's going wrong with my damn dude. I'm wearing out my machismo, my blade thing. It had some fine ground missed shit or something. Anyways, it's getting really bad to think about, but people all the time, you know, think they know what's going on, or they know who the Antichrist is, and this, that, or the other thing. And, you know, I mean, it specifically says, don't think you know the end times. When the Bible comes out and says, don't think you ever get times. Don't think you know when the times are. Whatever you do, look for signs. Pay attention, but don't ever think you're right. Why that makes sense, I'm not sure, but that's what you're supposed to do. You know? So you're supposed to see them coming, and if you see the signs of it, change whatever it is you're doing to avert it, so the signs stop coming your way. Maybe that's why you're seeing them. You know, a lot of times, you know, I look at personal testimony becomes Jesus Christ as opposed to God when it becomes the Old Testament versus New Testament. That's it. He would deliver us individually, and he wouldn't take it out on whole communities and things like that, is what the notion behind some of that was. And, well, when you see, like, the end of the world coming, the end of your fucking world, stop telling us it's everybody else's world, and that our world is coming to an end. Don't tell me my world is coming to an end because your world is coming to an end. You see what I'm saying? It's a nice gesture if people can get that through their heads. Right? Because your world will end and mine will go virtually unscathed. It can happen that way. You know, it's like I was watching the news where the fire cut through this neighborhood, took out this lady's house. Left the house in between and then took out another house. And she's like, man, I don't know what's up with their house, but their house didn't get touched and ours are fucking gone. It's like you're the devil and they're not. God loved them and he hates you. That's what happened, lady. And if you can't accept that, then I think you miss the power of God to be that way and still not be that way at all. Right? Now the kitchen is clean and we could technically cook a burger in it rather easily. It would be really good, except for these things are dirty. So let's wash spatula. Coffee just went off, telling me I've been drinking the same pot of coffee too long. This is better than drinking it too fast. And then we get wash rag again. Scrape them off with the washcloth. Wash rag again. Wash it all off. That in there to dry. That in there to dry. That in there to dry. Then rinse this rag out again. Dry the countertop again. Wipe the stove off again. I wipe it off more often. I wouldn't get so nasty. It gets built up. I'm pretty bad about not wiping off the stove every time I use it. I wipe it off every time I use it, but I don't wipe it when I'm done using it. It just sits until I use it again. I don't know about this burger thing. Why do I want this burger thing? Anybody want this burger thing? I don't really want it. I want to go do something else. I might want to go rock out. I'm hungry now. Buddy left some Canadian Club. Maybe I'll drink all of his Canadian Club. Water. It's essentially coffee right now. But, you know, I mean, or even fluids in a good coffee can't be good for you. That's not an answer. That's not an answer to it. Everything we do is awful for us, man. I'm tired of having everything I do be awful for me. I want to do things that are good for me, you know? And it doesn't seem like there are any. Get YouTube on this. Where's the music? I just turned it on. There it is. Oh man, what do we do? I'm rolling a cigarette now. Yeah, it is. He makes me get money, and when I get money, I go out and buy candy. It's ridiculous, man. ridiculous. This is all for posterity purposes. People wonder, why would you film a show that's live if there's not going to be anybody? Because maybe one day somebody will watch them all. It'll all make sense. It'll get edited into a movie about Mike, the crazy dude, and what he thinks, but it won't have anything to do with what I think, because it never comes up when we're filming. Right? Could it be? This is my experience. I mean, up close at least, the extra noise is too much. See how much more peaceful people find it when you don't do that? You know, they like interludes and extraludes and intros and outros. But for the most part, nice quiet surroundings with very little white noise. We can discuss a lot of things. A lot of things. Right now, as boring and contrite as it seems, I guess I'm going to talk about smoking because I took a breath and it was kind of it's labored. In other words, it doesn't just go in and come out. I have to actually think about it and go, get that extra air. Why? Because my lung capacity has been reduced from smoking, evidently. Smoking. And chemicals, probably. We have unmentionable chemicals from working, and you know, you got boiling water or hot water, and you dump in your chemicals for cleaning the floor, and you're hovering over it, and you're breathing it in, and it's vaporizing, and you're like, yum, the smell of floor cleaner. And then you get it out, and it's in the hot bucket, and it's steaming off of the floor into vapor trails into the air that you're, I mean, you know. And you're not supposed to use the hot water that hot because you're not supposed to vaporize it because you're not supposed to breathe it in. But, you know, shit happens. And even to some small degree, it is always going to come up. And so, you know, it could be that. But, I mean, and smoking is just stupid. Look how retarded I look with it. Look. I had to pause and put this thing in there, and then, like, there's a glow, and then it moves away, and it's just retarded. Look at this. I'm sorry for using that word. It's cyclical, and cyclical's never good. It's repetitive, you know, is a better word. It's way better to say repetitive, but it's repetitive in a negative way because the first motion of doing it, this one, okay, does not gain power or emphasis or build upon itself or help that I do it again, right? So it's a bad cycle. You know, a cycle that builds on itself, you know, sure, you know. Like you're riding a bicycle and you slowly build up speed with your acceleration and then switch gears and then use that and use that and use that, and you can see where cycling actually can be beneficial. But in the case of smoking, all it does is cause you to want to smoke more, maybe, or at least smoke the same, and just smoke, and it does nothing. It does nothing. Even after you do it so many times, sure, there's actually an initial nicotine buzz that's pretty intense. Nicotine, in and of itself, as an initial drug, is pretty intense. You know, but so is huffing gas. You know, which is another one to talk about. Let's talk about marijuana smoke. THC, hemp, all can be used for gas or whatever, you know. Not the THC, but the plant. And so people are like smoking, you know, they're even calling it gas these days. Because it's friggin' gas, man. You're huffing it. You're smoking it. Why wouldn't it make you high? You're huffing gas. That's what they're doing with these high-tech fuels called weed. Because it's about what they are these days. And so that in and of itself is a different story. It's just a joke. Because I believe in smoking that weed, that gas. It's good for you. And it's almost as good for you as sunshine, which is slowly starting to embark upon the world on my planet. My planet only includes what's that I live on, and is included in what is in my sunshine area, I guess, apparently, since I said it that way. But it was really not. Um, but yeah, it's about ready to embark upon my plateau, my corner of the world, and that will be pretty cool. We will do something along the lines of yard work today. I hope. I can talk somebody else into doing it with me. It would help. Yeah, yeah. I don't think I'm going to. But boy, if I could talk somebody else into doing my yard work for me, it would help. I'm tempted to just bring them over there to go through and make sure there's nothing live down there. Be like, you go through there and scare them out. Scare out all the bugs and the mosquitoes and the yellow jackets and ride around on your motorcycle and break logs and shit. And make sure there's no yellow jackets and shit in the woods that'll bite me and eat me. Hmm. I got so much cleanup to do. And I think that's why you keep the woods clean, is so they don't become insecticide in insect holes. You know, if you have too many down limbs and trees and rotten wood, you will get yellow jackets, and so you have to go out and pick up all the sticks. And I've been picking up the sticks, which means I've probably got nests going on. Hopefully, they haven't gotten bigger than one or two. Hmm. Hopefully, I got no mother nest that I've neglected for longer than what I'm doing. Something. I gotta figure this out. This world, this life, this thing that we live in. Because really, you know, that's the hardest thing about living for me. Is I can't manufacture an idea of why we do it, why it is. I mean, like I was mentioning to a friend, we're just sperm and egg, and we're lucky we didn't get squashed when we were beginning. Okay, so there we are. We're a sperm and an egg, and we're just a teeny tiny sperm and an egg. I mean, these are little things, and and we become into being, and we become beings, and we spend our whole lives doing what and why, and then you have to manufacture the reason why did this sperm hit into this egg just so it could do all this nothing. Because essentially, if you don't come up with a purpose for your life, what have you done with it? Nothing. That's the purpose of your life. It begats nothing. If that's what you have. And I don't have any youngins. I have no loins of my own that have been spread. So it can't be to continue the sperm and the egg syndrome. And if it was, well, we should just like bang it up. Why have such rules and restrictions placed upon us by society saying, oh, but you need to be a married couple to have